I ain't gonna lie to y'all, bruh. What's been going on with Jay-Z as of lately is starting to make me feel uncomfortable. It's starting to make me feel like uneasy inside. Something nasty and odd is going on here. I just can't put my fingers on it. We all, for the most part, at varying degrees, believe or don't believe, these Jay-Z and Epstein rumors. Bickering among ourselves on whether or not we believe these Jay-Z and Epstein rumors in the Epstein files is one thing. But when a white man put on a suit and starts slow talking and accusing you of things this horrific, that's another story.
We are now bringing you the raw, unfiltered testimony of a woman who stared into the abyss of elite depravity and lived to speak of it. In the heart of Nigeria, far from the red carpets and sold-out arenas, she explains how a world-famous American music icon has turned her land into his private hunting ground. Human safaris, satanic blood rites, trafficking networks that feed on the darkest appetites of the global elite. These are not rumours whispered in back alleys. They are the lived nightmares of survivors who have escaped, and the silent graves of those who did not.
I'm a mother, a widow, and a survivor who's dedicated my life to helping other victims here in Nigeria. I speak plainly because the truth can't hide behind fancy words anymore. The American music star everyone treats like a god, Jay-Z, is no hero, he's a predator. He's been coming to Nigeria for years, first with Jeffrey Epstein on those private jets, then alone.
A lot of people already know this, but if you guys don't know, a celebrity's worst nightmare is getting caught in British tabloids. These people are professional liars, but their accents and how they enunciate and articulate themselves will make you think they're actual professional reporters, when in fact, they're just trolls and liars. Ask Meghan Markle. These people will lie you with no shame. Right? Where does this African woman come from? What's her name? What organization is she with? What's her experience with Jay-Z? How does she know these things? I'll be real, bro. I'm teetering on this is AI or this is a paid actor because it doesn't make sense whatsoever, right? And why I'm teetering on AI because if this was an interview or a conversation, then why don't we hear anybody else's voice other than that lady's voice? It doesn't make sense whatsoever. But she will go on to say that Jay-Z is a predator, that he came on the planes with Epstein. How do you know that Jay-Z came on flights with Epstein? Like, what's your expertise? I don't know, right? Because if this random woman in Africa knows that Jay-Z and Epstein landed in Africa together, then why don't the world know yet, right? It doesn't make sense whatsoever. But she will go on to continue to accuse Jay-Z of some of the most horrific things, right? Such as blood sacrifices, among other things.
Then with other celebrities, actors, singers, billionaires. They don't come for music, charity, or culture. They come to hunt children, child safaris. What if foreigners pay big money to chase our children through the bush like animals? They shoot for fun. When the hunt ends, the real evil starts. Satanic rituals, blood ceremonies, bodies used in depraved ways I can't bring myself to repeat. They celebrate it all, toasting like it's a game. In Nigeria, these men are feared. Their names shuts people up. Politicians take bribes and look away. Police vanish when the convoys arrive. No one speaks out openly. I know this because I survived it myself. Years ago, my brother and I were taken by Epstein and his friend Bono during one of their visits here. We were used, abused, and barely escaped with our lives. The trauma never fully leaves, but it turned me into someone who fights back.
What she's describing is Squid Games, where these high, powerful, influential people, they come and they pay people to essentially go into the safari and hunt and chase people and kill them as they watch kids being hunted and killed because, it gives them enjoyment. It's like Squid Games, like where the high, powerful people come to this game place and they sit and they watch people get murdered and killed in a game because, they just enjoy it. If a real life Squid Games was happening, again, I'm not putting it past the rich and famous. Trust me, bro. All right? I don't put nothing past the rich and famous. But for us to publish this and for it to get millions of views on Twitter, you would think there would at least be more proof outside of this woman said it outside of like this random voice. Why is this woman not being found? Why is she not doing more interviews? Why is this woman not on national television? Why is she not on Oprah? Why is this woman anonymous if she got proof and evidence? The rich and famous, such as Jay-Z, right? Because she mentions Jay-Z by name, that Jay-Z and Epstein is hopping off planes in in Africa to engage in kid safari chases where they're paying to watch people hunt down kids and shoot and kill them in a safari. Wouldn't this be bigger news? Right? But there's actual people online right now on Twitter who's buying this up. They're eating this up. This is when I realized people have never been this stupid. All right, people have never been this dumb. That lie that the average IQ increases as the years go on, as the generations go on, the average IQ increases. I'm starting to think that's all cap, bruh. Because people can't be getting smarter. Folks are literally online in the quote tweets. I told y'all he was a. And it's like, bruh, come on, man. This is uncomfortable. Because if somebody can literally sit home and craft up something like this that's so BS, and people will buy it, there's no hope for the rest of us, bruh. It's only a matter of time until some troll cook up something believable enough to where we gotta now defend ourselves against blood sacrifice rumors.
Now I help other victims. I listen to their stories, connect them to safe places, and keep records of what's happening. My friend's daughter, Temi, she was only 14, doing well at high school, so full of hope. One evening, she didn't come home from school. Days of agony for her family. Then one morning, she was dumped at their gate, alive but shattered, scars on her body, emptiness in her eyes. She described the estates being haunted, the children who didn't survive the rituals. They released her as a warning to increase our fear. They are saying, we can take anyone anytime. Most who are taken never return. They're trafficked out, sold across borders, used for organs or worse. People call our traditions savage, primitive. But these rich foreigners, they hunt children for sport and drink blood in their rituals. That's not civilization. That's pure evil on a level we never dreamed. I'm not staying silent. Silence protects him and his network. The world dances to his music while our children vanish. He performs on stage with his Satan worshipping wife with our blood on his hands. I speak for Temi, for the ones who didn't make it back, and for every family still waiting. God allowed me to survive Epstein's world so I could help end this nightmare here. If these words reach someone who can act, investigate, expose, stop it, then maybe the hunt ends. Maybe more children come home safe. A survivor doesn't stop fighting. Neither do I.
It wasn't until recently I began to kind of understand Jay-Z's silence. Because, when you read the comments is like, we believe this, right? With no proof, no evidence whatsoever, we believe it. They're like, they're posting pictures like this, which I believe is AI, if I'm not mistaken. But they're posting, like, apparently this is like the Jay-Z, a Jay-Z school got opened up in Africa at some point. So they're saying this is proof, but this is not Jay-Z. I don't believe so, but apparently they're saying that's, and that's Jay-Z. They're posting pictures like this of Jay-Z riding on a camel. Again, maybe this is real. I just never seen it before, but Jay-Z visiting Africa does not really prove these rumors to be true, to be honest. But they're saying that Jay-Z was given the chief title in the Kawa state. People who are convinced that Jay-Z is the devil and want to believe this, they're using prior interviews or prior statements from other people that has nothing to do with this allegation to back up this allegation as an alibi. One of the interviews they're using is a Jason Whitlock episode where Jason Whitlock had a guest on, and this guest claims that he's seen Jay-Z and Beyonce do some weird stuff and kids disappeared. It was also a really heavy allegation at the time, but with this new allegation, it makes that allegation look like kids play.
When Jay was going after B was a very young woman. Now, I did a Rockaware photo shoot in Colorado, and I think it was during the winter time of 06 or 07. And Naomi Campbell was there, actress Jamie King was there, Jay was there, B was there, and he rented this house. And we were supposed to do this rap party for this photo shoot. We rented this house, and we were watching LeBron play. And after the game, it had to have been like 10 or 11 o'clock. So we getting ready to party. Mind you, it's all adults. There was a 13-year-old or a 14-year-old teenage Latin girl that was there, and I think she had to leave because she had school and she had to do homework, but she brought her mother with her. So it was no funny business going on, which I could respect that. So when 11 o'clock hit, we turned on the music, we started drinking, and then out of nowhere came these young children. I don't know where they came from. For a rap party at 11 o'clock at night, drinking, loud music, and us dancing wild, like, I don't know where these kids came from. And then I happened to sit down because I was dancing with one of the assistants. And I sat next to this child, and the child sat next to Beyonce. So I hear B say something about, doesn't this look sexy, or isn't this sexy? And in my mind, and mind you, I'm not awakened as I'm awakened now. So in my mind, I'm like, what did she just say? And then I didn't pay no attention to it. And then, you know, obviously the liquor took hold of me and I had to leave. So I said bye to everybody and left. But those kids remained. I don't know if those kids were from the photo shoot themselves, but the fact that these kids came around adults during drinking hours or partying hours was already alarming to me. So when I hear something like this happens, I can't really discount it and say, oh, he could never do this, because I'm hearing stories, I'm seeing it with my own eyes, and I've been in situations where something don't sound or look right, and it's usually involving children.
Yeah. Now, that story seems a little more believable than, you know, the story that surfaced recently. And the reason why you kind of have to give credibility to some of this, it can't just dismiss everything, is because Jay-Z hasn't filed any lawsuits yet. Yo, if somebody did this or said this, right, on a platform, wouldn't it make sense that you go after them? Because, you know, Larry Johnson is not a nobody. He's a somebody, right? He's an ex-pro athlete. You know, he probably has, I don't know, a couple $100,000 to his name. You could go after him and prove your innocence, especially if he's including your wife in this. But they're not suing. They're not going after anybody. They're just kind of being quiet and letting it float under the radar. If somebody come on a podcast and said this about me in regards to children, I'm suing you. Like, I don't care how much it costs. I'm suing you, bro. I'm taking it there. But the most we've seen Jay-Z and Beyonce step up was when Jaguar Wright went on Piers Morgan and accused Jay-Z of murdering Aaliyah. That's when they finally stepped up and sent a cease and desist to Piers Morgan to take it down. So you can file a cease and desist for Jaguar Wright when it comes to Aaliyah allegations, but you can't go after people who are accusing you of dealing with children. To me, that's where it kind of gets suspicious at. Now, another terrible aspect of Jay-Z's day, outside of these allegations, is essentially like this LaRussell and Jay-Z situation, right? So LaRussell announces on the Breakfast Club that he has officially signed to Jay-Z. Now, while he was announcing it, he tells the Breakfast Club that his mama told him, you know, that his mama was really worried about him meeting Jay-Z and dealing with Jay-Z due to the online rumors about Jay-Z, which already shows the allegations itself is affecting how folks are perceiving Jay-Z. But after LaRussell announced he signed and tells the mama story, people then take to social media in droves to bring hate towards LaRussell's way for even affiliating with Jay-Z and Roc Nation.
Oh, you thinking of signing with Roc Nation this time around?
You know, I'm officially signed to Roc Nation.
Hey, wow.
Now, what changes? What does that mean?
It means I now have support beyond just my homies and somebody who truly believe in what I'm doing, who's already done what I've done to show me the path. You know, I've gotten to a point of so much success independently where I'm from that I lost my guides. You know, I surpassed a lot of people who did what I've done. So we've been doing this with no blueprint, no map, no route. Like I'm the first in my family to ever perform at Super Bowl and curate a house band. And you know, all of this is a first. And Hove has been here and done it. So it just gives us a different level of infrastructure. And I'm still indie. I still own all my masters. I still spend my pay. I still do what I want. But now I have a support where, like, I'm from the Bay is going to radio. I've never been able to get to radio. You know, it's just a different system. And as soon as we agree, like, man, let's work, they were instantly like, we believe in this record. We willing to take it to radio. I've had partnerships prior where they try to tell me it ain't worth it. Your song not worth going on radio until you get a TikTok moment or some viral trend. And it's like, why we count on TikTok to believe in something that we all believe in personally, you know?
What was the energy when you was with Hov and Emery and all those guys?
You see, just you asking that made me smile. Like that shows you like the presence and the energy. And prior to us going, my homie Splash was like, man, you gonna meet Hov today, like how you feeling? And I was telling him like, man, I'm conflicted because I honestly don't know who I'm gonna meet because of the Diddy thing and just meeting so many other people. And I was like, man, I'm nervous because I don't know who I'm gonna meet. Am I gonna meet like someone that I'm like, man, this is what I hope for? Like, damn, another one. And it was everything beyond. Like who social media and the internet make Hov out to be is so far from what it is. Just from my interpretation, I can only go off my gauge and who I sat with and who I spoke with. You know, even before I went, my mama was like, but what about all the YouTube videos? And she was really worried and concerned.
Yeah.
You know, and I was telling her like, man, one day I'm going to be successful to the point where all those same videos going to be about me.
Jay-Z has been famous for a long time, but this can't feel good, bruh. Like, you just signed a new artist who was one of like the most sought after artists right now for a deal who was independent. You got the deal done, and the entire world is telling him he made a mistake by signing with you. Right? One person says the devil works hard, but no one works harder than Jay-Z. He's the black people's pimp, and you're officially the new hoe on the block. God bless America. Somebody says it's a reason Meek Mill begged to get out of his contract with them even after they paid him to get out of jail, give him his own label, and started doing them criminal justice reform events in his name. Can the man only sign with them for 3 months before she left? Look at Breakfast Club doing cleanup. Every time like clockwork. Even the fake laughs are nasty. My God. Somebody says prayers to this man's career. So people really, it can't feel good, bro. Like Jay-Z has to come out and talk to somebody, man. Do like a state of the culture address, because right now the culture has successfully turned on Jay-Z. Even people who defend Jay-Z, like the Breakfast Club, people have turned on them as well. Y'all let me know, man, what y'all think about this, man. All right? Which part of these rumors do y'all believe? Right? Which part of the rumors do y'all believe? Let me know, okay? And if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, then click on this video right here somewhere on my screen. Here, or here on my screen to find out why Glorilla siblings went on Facebook Live to expose her, but it backfired on them extremely. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm going to see you guys in this Glorilla's video. I'm out of here, folks. Peace. If you like this video, please send a hype to this video to help me push it in the algorithm. Peace.